Really interesting time because I think, yes, we are interested in conscious relationships these days. And I don't know what that means for you. I'll tell you what it means for me. But before I do, here's why I think. So, back in the day, in our 50s, not in our 50s, in the 50s, we didn't see a therapist. Self-betterment wasn't really a thing. I mean, unless you were quote unquote crazy, right? The 50s, there was a lot of hiding, a lot of shoulds, a lot of keeping up with the Joneses, right? And then, the 60s, more coming out, more freedom, more speaking your mind, more exploring sexuality, of course, bleeding into the 70s, 80s, ugly clothes, debauchery, I don't know, cocaine, but I'm not going to say every decade, but now, 2020, people have no tolerance for relationships that are toxic. People have no tolerance for codependency, enmeshment, addiction, all the things that destroy us, all the things that make us stunted and bring a lot of pain. And so we are actively seeking to not have those experiences. And this is why I think today words like a conscious relationship is important to us. And I think that when we think about love and relationships, we're done with the old, And so when I think about what is a conscious relationship, if you follow me, I tend to simplify it, just the way that my brain works. And so for me, in its simplest terms, it's looking inward. It's a conscious relationship is being in a relationship where two people are looking inward, meaning there is a self journey involved, meaning there's reflection. There is people wanting to break patterns, wanting to do a deeper dive on why they do what they do, people taking ownership. That is a conscious relationship. Unconscious relationship is just a relationship that runs on default, that runs on old patterns, that runs on old blueprints, old expectations, old programming, and all of that, usually what we did in our 20s, leads to a lot of pain, a lot of codependency, a lot of enmeshment, a lot of losing yourself, right? So a conscious relationship means two people that come to the relationship as individuals, whole, or not just whole, but always, because whole sounds like you do something once and you're done. But self-betterment is a lifestyle, evolving, growing, right? So what they're bringing to the table is a whole person, a person that is not only whole, but growing constantly, right? Pedaling that bike, that wellness bike, self-betterment bike, instead of two people who are trying to find validation and love and fill holes, right? And trying to find something or get something from the other person that they maybe didn't have growing up, or maybe filling holes in themselves with love or by being with someone else. An unconscious relationship is dysfunction. An unconscious relationship is hiding. It's no communication, right? It's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and a lot of built up stuff that we're not bringing to the surface, which it requires a journey, and for many, a therapist and a lot of courage, and is very hard to do, right? So I'm not saying this is easy, but a conscious relationship to me is a relationship where it's not front loaded on just chemistry and sexual attraction, and if you think the person's hot, it's and those are all important things. I'm not saying those aren't important, but it's more about being with someone who is looking inward, who is taking ownership, who is on a path of being the best version of themselves. That's what the relationship hangs on, not abs, a nice ass, Ferraris, right? Financial security. Those may be all great things, but a conscious relationship is built on turning the unconscious conscious. A conscious relationship is built on standing on truth, drawing healthy boundaries, having non-negotiables, connecting back to self, or maybe for the first time. A conscious relationship is sobriety. A conscious relationship is looking inward and telling someone that you matter, that you deserve something, that you feel something. A conscious relationship is communication. Anyway, I hope you're looking for a conscious relationship. I don't know where you're at in your life, whether you're single or not, but I think a conscious relationship, the intention to have one it can be the beginning for you, right? It can be the first domino to a whole different way of loving, new definitions, new experiences. Speaking of conscious relationships, I have a brand new app called Twirl, and it's all about creating a conscious relationship with yourself first and with others, talking about deeper things and also, fun things too, like your favorite books and movies and all that, and not desperately trying to find love, but instead find yourself, and through the process, you will also find someone who deserves you.